In my 20s, I didn't think I was a perfectionist because no matter how hard I tried, I could never get things right. Though I put tremendous effort into my roles as wife, mom, and keeper of the home. In my mind, the term perfectionist could only be applied to those who worked hard enough until their high standard was achieved. Since I constantly felt like I was letting everyone down, I classified myself as a failure. In my 30s, I didn't think I was a perfectionist because I ran out of the energy required to push myself to the breaking point. Even after I realized that depression and anxiety might be my lifelong shadows, and even after being diagnosed with multiple autoimmune disorders, I didn't see those as factors that explained how uphill my days seemed. Instead, I told myself the story that if I worked harder, I could get past my depression somehow. That if I exercised more and I ate better, that I wouldn't have the chronic fatigue and pain that I was experiencing. Every version of myself I wanted to be, every shadow I tried to hide from, every person that I wanted to please, required more effort than I could possibly cross off my to-do list. I fell further and further behind until trying seemed futile, and all I could do was the bare minimum. I was no perfectionist, I was just lazy. In my 40s, I began to wonder if perfectionism was actually a standard of excellence, or if it was actually a toxic measuring system that grew further out of reach the harder I worked. Wow, if being perfect was impossible, then suddenly my life had possibility. And I began to learn something that I always want to share with you. That when the expectations you have for yourself are higher than the effort you actually have to give, the smaller and harder life becomes. But when you start by honoring your actual current capacity, life begins to open up and then you're free. I wish I'd been free in my 20s or my 30s, but I'll take it at 44.